Welcome back. For a while, people could only speculate. What would President Trump do when he took office? Well, it's become more clear in the 2 weeks since his inauguration, and that's why we've invited Maggie Mitchell Salem back to the program. She is the Executive Director of Integrated Refugee and Immigrant Services, better known as IRIS. Welcome back.
Thanks so much, Eric.
We had you on after President Trump was elected, and we talked about what people in the immigrant communities were concerned about. Now that he is in office and has taken a lot of actions aimed at the immigrant community, what's happening with the people that you work with right now?
People are afraid, very, very afraid. No one's immigration status is clear or certain. There were 10 executive orders that impacted immigration. These were sweeping. It wasn't that we didn't know that there were going to be changes coming. They were signaling that very clearly before inauguration. It's the scale and the scope and the speed with which the changes happened. And it affected everyone. And so it's not just about the undocumented who ICE is now able to go after in schools and mosques and synagogues and hospitals. It's also humanitarian parolees, Ukrainians who have obviously fled a war and are not sure that their humanitarian parole status is still valid. Haitians and Venezuelans. Venezuelans just a couple days ago lost their temporary protective status through which President Biden had extended into 2026. And so now some will lose status in April and others will lose status in September. And they are not sure what the pathway is for them.
So is the biggest problem the actions that were taken? Is the biggest problem the lack of information? Is it a combination?
It's a combination. It's the actions, but it's also lack of information because no one is quite sure what it all means. Was the humanitarian parole action that was taken just targeting Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans, or did it also include Ukrainians and Afghans? So no one's clear. Other actions like the suspension of the refugee admissions program, which is a big part of our work, it says it's a suspension for 120 days. Then on, 8 days ago, we received stop work orders, literally at 3 in the afternoon on a Friday, saying no expenses after 5 p.m. were allowable on 2 major programs. And so it stops the funding, but we still provide the service. So a lot of it is unclear, and clients aren't clear about how much we can keep doing. The community, which has been amazing, is coming to us and asking us, how do you go on?
But I know you have a lot of these facts and figures, right here. I did a little research, and I saw one program where you were hoping to help 800 families.
Yep.
It was stopped, but part of what is so drastic about that stoppage is 200 of the 800 are here.
210.
And so how do you, as the director of this agency, deal with that?
So we believe that we have lost the funding that we needed to continue supporting them through their first 3 months. So imagine somebody coming out of forced displacement. Think about, folks in LA who've lost their homes, they've lost everything. Well, these are people halfway around the world who have gone through unbelievable horrors. They make it to the US. Last year, 100,000 people out of 32 million in the world who are refugees, they made it here. For the first 90 days, we give them intense support. Why? To get them to self-sufficiency. So they're in a job, paying taxes, they're contributing to their communities. That has just been cut off, that first 90 days. And so we have people who arrived up until 3 days ago. And now what do? We keep going. But that means that we're using support from the community in order to be able to provide the staffing and the services that we need.
President Trump was very clear that these were the types of actions he was going to take. He did speak a lot about ICE tracking down criminal, undocumented aliens, people, and it seems that there's a wider net than that.
Yes.
But even with that caveat, a large percentage of the country and a large percentage of our viewers are cheering these actions. And I can tell that you don't. So what's your message to those folks why they've got this wrong?
I'm not going to, I don't want to say people have something wrong. I want this to be a conversation about what is happening and why. Why are people coming here? They're not coming here to take social benefits. They're not eligible. People who are coming here undocumented are not eligible for benefits. They're coming here for jobs. Why are they coming for jobs? Because there was a pull from the labor market for this labor across many different sectors. And so it's not that it's wrong. I think it's looking at the totality of the picture. There's no us and them here. We need one another. We need immigrants. We're an aging and declining population. This year starts the decline of the US population in a low or no immigration environment. Think of all the unfilled jobs. We need people to come here and do this work. And so I'd rather have a dialogue with people who disagree than say that they're wrong. And the actions that are being taken now, it is not just against criminals. It's against anyone whose status, and again, question marks, what status? It's not just undocumented that are getting swept up. It's people who actually have status who are getting swept up in these raids.
We're running a little low on time, and I want to save time for you to talk about the race, but I know one other thing that's important to you is this emergency appeal. You need money.
We do. And I have to say, Eric, we have gotten such incredible support from the community. And so my first words are of thanks. And yes, of course, we need more. We've had people volunteering. We've had people donating. We've had churches come by, synagogues. We've had folks, you know, from mosques and other community groups. It's been literally overwhelming. And we're going to need more. And we just ask everyone to stick with us. We're going to keep our doors open. We're going to keep answering the phone and keep helping. That's what we do. And we just need everybody to pitch in.
Tell me about the race. It's a week from today.
Yeah, it's another way that people are able to contribute, but also come together. So I've been sort of giving you this not great outlook for the immigrant community in the U.S. This is a celebration of who we are. Americans, we're immigrants. Think about anyone who's watching this program. Think about your own family. How did they come here? Unless you're Native American, you came here from somewhere else. So come Sunday,
tell us the details.
February 9th, 1 week from today, 10 a.m., New Haven. Can't miss us, Wilbur Cross High School. Come out and join us.
And you didn't say the name. What's the name of the race?
Oh, sorry. It's our annual Run for Refugees and All Immigrants. Thanks, Eric.
And we can get more on the IRIS website.
You can absolutely get more.
All right. Maggie Mitchell Salem, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate you being here, and we're going to have you back again.
Thanks.